Guys, today in this video we'll learn about the 10 basic commands of Linux, like creating or deleting a directory, changing directory, creation or deletion of files, editing files, and few more. So without wasting any time, let's quickly turn on our virtual machine, and this is my VMware. So I'll just click this and I'll select my Linux, that is CentOs, and I'll play the VM. It's taking time to boot. Yeah, let me enter the password and yeah, I've successfully entered my machine. I'll make it in full screen and then go to my terminal. This is my terminal. Click on the terminal, increase the size of the terminal so that it becomes clear to you. Okay, and I'll also show you that whichever I'll do in my file section, it is getting created or not. Okay, so both parallelly I'll be showing you. Okay, so the first command, which is ls, and we use this for listing the directories. Okay, so these are the directories which I have right now. Okay, so now I'll create a directory. So I'll use the command mkdir and then the name of the directory. Let me name it as first directory and then create. Now I'll just do ls and check the list of how many directories or how many files are there. And now I'll just press enter. See, you can see first directory has been created here. Now to change directory or to get inside this directory, I'll use the command cd, which means change directory, and I'll write the name of the directory, that is first directory. You can see I've entered in the first directory. Now I'll check what are there inside the first directory. So I'll do ls and see the directory is empty. The directory is empty. Now I'll create a folder inside this directory, that is mkdir first folder, and also another folder I'll make, which is mkdir second folder, and one more I'll make, which is mkdir third folder. Okay, now I'll do ls. And you can see there are three folders, that is first folder, second folder, and the third folder. Now if I take you to the file section, you can see in the home, these are the directories. And this is the first directory which we have created right now. Let me zoom it. This is the first directory which we have created. So let me enter this first directory and you can see there are three folders, first folder, second folder, and third folder. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to get inside the first folder. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll again do change directory and get inside first folder. So I'm inside first folder, and inside first folder I'll create a file, that is first file, file touch. This is the command for creating a file, which is touch first file .txt. Okay, now I'll do ls inside the first folder. You can see there's a file named first file.txt. Okay, now I'll edit this file. So the command for editing the file is vim, and then write the name of the file. Vim, and then the name of the file, and then press enter. This is the mode you have entered to edit this file. Now to insert elements or to insert content in this file, first of all we'll press the I button or I alphabet in your keyboard. and you will enter the insert mode. Okay, see, while by pressing the I key, I pressed the I key and I have entered the insert mode. Now I can insert anything. Hello, welcome to CloudXAbhi. And now I want to save this. So I'll just press escape key in my keyboard. And then look at here what I'm typing, :WQ. That means save and exit. And I'll press enter. Okay. So I have created a file inside the first folder, which is first file.txt. And then I have edited the file and written the content. Hello, welcome to CloudXAbhi. Okay, now I'll just view the content. I'll just view the content in this screen. So for that, I'll write the command cat first file.txt and see, this is the output. This is the output of the content which has been written in the folder. Now I want to clear the screen, so I'll use the command clear. Okay, and I'm in the first folder now. I'm inside my first folder now. I'm inside my first folder now, and this is the file which I have created, that is first file.txt. Now if I open this file, you can see, hello, welcome to CloudXAbhi. Okay, I'll show you how you can get back from this directory, that is the first folder. So for that, cd dot dot, and you have came to this first directory again. That means you're here in this position you are right now. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to delete the third folder. This is the third folder inside the directory, inside the first directory. This is the third folder, and I want to delete this folder. So I want to delete this directory. So the command which I'll use is rmdir, that is remove directory, and third this. Now you do ls and see there are only two folders. There is the first folder and the second folder, which you can see here. The first folder and the second folder. The third folder has been deleted. Okay, now I'll show you. I'll get inside the first folder. Okay, let me get inside the first folder and then remove this. Let me do ls. This is the first file. Okay, I want to check my at which location I am right now. So for that I'll use pwd, that is print current working directory, and press enter. See, I'm in the home, then abhi, then in the first directory, and then in the first folder. I want to delete this first file.txt. So what I'll do is I'll write rm, that is remove first file.txt, and press enter. Now if I do ls, see there are no files in the first folder. See, this is empty. Folder is empty. Okay. Now what I'll do is inside this, I'll just get back to this first directory. Okay. So I'll get back to first directories to do that, I'll do cd dot dot, and I'm in the first directory. I'll create a file here, that is touch. Let me write as test file dot txt. Okay. So in this directory, in the first directory, I have created a test file.txt. So what I'll do is I'll move this test file from the first directory inside the second folder. Okay. Listen very carefully. This test file which I have created in the first directory, I'll just move it into the second folder. Okay. So to do that, I'll just write the command mv for move the test file to where I'll move it. Move the test file to second folder. Okay, this is the command. Now you see in the first directory there is no test file, but when I enter the second folder, you can see the test file here. Yeah, now what I'll do is I'll just using my GUI, I'll just create a folder here. I'm sorry, let me do it using the CLI itself. I'm in the first directory. Let me create a file, touch test file2.txt, and I'll just copy this file. I'll cp test folder to the first folder. Okay, now if I go inside the first folder and do ls, this is the file which I have. If I view the content of this file, you see this content and this content here both are same. Okay, that means I've copied the file from here. Now if I show you from the files, the first directory, I have the first folder. This is the test file 2. This is the content inside this. Hello, welcome to Linux for Beginners tutorial. Okay, now I'll show you how to delete this file. rm test file2.txt, and I've deleted this. See, there is no file inside this. Now I'll just exit this directory and I'll come to this first directory. I'll delete this first folder. Okay, so for that I'll do rmdir first folder, and I've deleted it. Now if I do ls, these are the two. One is the second folder and another is the test file2.txt which I have. Now I'll delete this test file2. Okay, rm test file2, and if I do ls now, see I have only the second folder. Okay, so let me show you one more command, that is ls hyphen al. Okay, so this gives the long list of the folders or of the files which you have in your present working directory, that is pwd. Okay, now I'll just delete this also, that is the second folder. So I'll use the command rmdir second, and it's showing that the directory is not empty, so it cannot be deleted. So I'll enter this second folder. I'll just show you how to delete this directory using the GUI, and you easily know how to do this. Inside the second folder, I'll just right click this and I'll move to trash. Okay, now see that if I get inside the second folder and do ls, you'll see it's empty. If I do ls, you see it is empty. Okay, now I'll come back and delete the second folder. Okay, now I'll do ls in the first directory and see there are no folders. If I do ls l total 0, you can see there are no folders or no directories inside this first directory. Now I'll show you the clear command which is used to clear the screen, and the exit command which is used to exit this terminal. Okay, so this was all about the Linux tutorial for beginners, and these were the 10 basic commands which you need to learn Linux. These are the first 10 basic commands which you need to start with Linux. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this and got to learn. So let me end up this video here, and thank you.